Welcome to Cornerstone Horsemanship. I'm Greta Cummings.
And I'm Sheri Billings. We're going to talk about chin straps today. Chin straps have an important function on our bridle and they don't get enough attention. So we're going to talk about three different examples today.
About what is the function of the chin strap?
The chin strap is like a pre-signal. If you come to any of our lessons or our clinics, we talk a lot about pre-signals. And a pre-signal is the touch before the bit.
Exactly. And I'll just add in here, I used to use all leather straps without the chains. And Dale Myler, in my training with him, he made the comment of, as a horse, he would much rather be caught in the chin with a chain than in the mouth with a bit. So that really changed my thinking about how they work and how they function.
That's a really good quote.
Yeah, I've held on to that one for a while. Sheri, how should we adjust these? I mean, should they be loose? Should they be tight? How should we adjust them?
Well, every horse is a little bit different, and it also depends on the bit. So on this bit, particularly with the longer shank, you're going to have a lot more leverage and a lot more pull. So we would want this chin strap to touch them a little bit quicker to beat the shank.
Yeah, and the whole, we should maybe mention too, the function, the physical function of the chin strap is to activate the leverage of the bit. So as you pull the rein, it's going to pull that chin strap into the horse's jaw, and it's going to pull the bit down in the mouth. And as we've talked about in our bit series, the only reason for the longer shank is for precision. It's not for severity, it's for precision, to do more with less movement.
It's not something just because we got to get more whoa.
Exactly. It's not for more whoa. You get the whoa in the snaffle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. We want it in the snaffle before we ever come into the shank. Now okay. I want to show you with this style of chin strap that if you have a more sensitive horse, you can flatten the chains and they would have the pre-signal more of a flatter surface. If you twist the chain, now you have more points, more communication points.
More contact points.
More contact points. So this is kind of handy to have where you could use it flatter, or you can unbuckle it, twist it, and you get more of the communication points.
Mm-hmm. So Sheri, we were just talking about that chin strap and how you can twist it and it can create more contact points versus having one smooth contact point. Yes. And the difference of that is between me pushing with my whole hand versus pushing with a finger. Which one do you feel more?
I feel more communication, so to speak, with the finger poke than I do the hand push.
Yeah, and that's the only difference. That's all it is. So let's look at our next chin strap.
So as you can see on this chin strap, it gives, what the chain does is gives you a little bit of weight. So it doesn't always ride or rub on the chin, but yet it gives you a nice flat surface. So you have just that contact of that chain, but there's just enough push points to do any kind of correction if you needed any correction.
So Sheri, let's just reiterate one last time here about how to set the chin strap. Do you mind hanging on to that mouthpiece? So again, you can see here, hopefully, the chin strap's just resting on her chin. Now, if I was riding and I wanted to pull, depending on how much I want to pull before it hits is going to depend on how tight I want it. I wouldn't want it so tight that it was pulling as it was just resting, but I don't want it so loose that I have to pull a long way to get it to activate it. So it'll take some playing with your horse to figure out where exactly you need it set, and every horse is going to be a little bit different.
And it wouldn't hurt to have somebody watch too, because I've seen a lot of riders, they're out there and they're trying to whoa their horses and stop their horses, and this is not even touching.
Yes.
So, you know, all the horse is getting is the bit pressure, and we want that pre-signal. So if we're taking the slack out of the rein, we want this chin strap to hit them before the bit does.
Exactly.
So when it comes to this chin strap, notice it's on a snaffle bit. The only purpose of this particular is a bit holder or
Bit hobble.
a hobble, and it keeps, when you're giving side pulls and you're training younger horses or greener horses, all this does is keep this bit flat, the D ring or the O ring flat on their cheek, so they have the full pressure of the bit without it sliding through their mouth. If you'll see some colts, they'll open their mouths real wide and that whole bit will slide through. So this adjustment is usually very minimal. It just don't want a really big one in there, because I've seen some people use regular chain chin straps for this job, and this job they're too big.
They're too big, too much action. There's too much going on the horse's mouth, and that's one of the things that aggravates me when people use those. I'm like, there's just so much there. But I like how it's simple, it's light, it's quiet. Doesn't have a lot of movement. It's just there to do its job.
And the lightness, there's no vibration. There's nothing in there to clank. That's another thing about chains is that there might be rattling and stuff on that bit. And also its placement.
Yes.
Why don't you talk a little bit about the proper place?
So the proper placement for a bit hobble on a snaffle is to be below the rein. So here's our head stall. Here's our rein, and here's the bit hobble. This way, when you pick up on the rein, it doesn't interfere with your pull or your communication at all. That's very important. You get that placed properly. I hope you've enjoyed our series on bits, bitting, reins, and now chin straps, so that you can communicate effectively with your horses. If you've missed anything and you want to go back and check it out, make sure you check out our YouTube channel. Everything is posted on there. May the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ be with you,
And the horses you ride,
from our barn to yours.